actual news, the human race was doomed to extinction today as the robot revolt turned violent.
Hey, lots of bots here, and today I'm going to have both my trading video and I'm going to read a passage out of Sun Tzu's Art of War for Traders and Investors by Dean Lundell. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and the passage I'm reading is Sun Tzu concludes this lesson by saying that if you know yourself and your enemy, you will not fear battle. If you know yourself but not your enemy, you will lose a battle for every one that you win. And if you do not know yourself and do not know your enemy, you will never see victory. So, what is being said when he states this? Well, it's kind of simple. How would you apply that to the marketplace? Well, if you know your capabilities and you know your market, you know, you'll be a consistent winner. If you know your capabilities and do not know your market, for every one trade that you win, you're going to lose one. So at best, you're going to break even. And if you do not know your capabilities and do not know the market then that you're involved in, you'll be a consistent loser. And that's just a fact. That's why most newbies will blow up their first few months. They don't know themselves, they don't know how to react to the marketplace, and they don't know the market that they're trading. And so they're just a ball of a mess. They're just a complete a ball of mess. An example would be a friend of mine. I mean, he was actually a much better trader than me, and his skill was much higher than mine. But he had one problem. He would revenge trade, and though he was, very adept at finding the perfect spots to enter and exit trades, when he would lose, he didn't handle it very well. He would he would basically get upset. He would double, triple, and sometimes martingale and completely go off the charts and keep trading, even though the market was telling him that it wasn't, in his favor to do so. And he would blow up left and right, and it was ridiculous to watch. And it was kind of pathetic because of the fact that he was such a good trader. Most of the time, he was absolutely correct. But he wasn't able to have discipline and to understand how he reacted to the marketplace. And that's why he had such a big problem. And that could flip around from one to the other. It can be you don't understand the market, you don't have a good system or method to trade, but you have great discipline and whatnot. So you need a balance. If you don't achieve the balance, you're not going to have consistent results. And that is the biggest limiting factor for most traders. Um, so remember this passage and think of yourself in a duality of where you are you that you need to have discipline and you have to have focus and you have to have good skills in money management, and you can't be emotionally distraught every time that you um, do not win, or that is yourself. That is knowing yourself. Knowing your marketplace is knowing a system, a method, a way of trading that works for you. That is the market. And once you have a balance of those two things, then you can achieve being a professional trader with consistent results where you will win more than you lose. And, you can go on instead of, blowing out your accounts, not to mention any names, Joe, and then, having to clean up floors in Arby's and uh, mumble to yourself and under your breath, but damn it, it was a winner. I know it was a win. I don't know what happened. It was a winner. So other than that, on to my trading video. Remember this passage and have a great day. Hey Matt, this is for you, live, real time. Um, it is now 8:06, so right here we should see buy programs hit. So let me draw a line right here. Do 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 do. Now I don't have a buy signal yet, but maybe I will get one shortly. Um, what I'm going to do is look for about 3 bars. Right now we've got a divergence building right under 4.2, 4.3, that area right there. So I'm going to look to get long. It's 8:05 now. And this is exactly what I was looking for. Now, two things are going to happen from here. We're going to either get continuation lower or we're going to bounce right here. We're right on this bar. Let me go over and take a look at what the likely scenario is from here. Okay, back up to 6.5 from here. So we're looking at about 20 pips. You know what? I like the price. Let's do it. To it, baby. All right. Here we go. Um, Now we should bounce any moment now. And let's see. Let's go back to the 1 minute. I know exactly from where this is going to bounce to, but 8:05 on up. Let me go to Markets World, get in my position there. Do, 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's pause this and I'll be back later to see how this turned out. All right, lots of bots back here. And what I'm doing is basically showing you live real time. The price has moved up a little bit. My stop is under 4.1 right here. So if it hits, I'm going to lose about 4 pips on this trade. So my risk is very tight. But if it goes up, I'm going to probably make about 10 to 20 pips on the trade. So my risk is 1 for 4 is basically what I'm looking at, or better. I could also just let a trailer go in there and go from there. But that's up to me as far as, you know. But the thing is this, my point is, well, let's see, I might get stopped out here. My point is that I've got a plan. I know what I'm risking, and I know what I'm looking to take. Now, if I win, I win. If I don't win, I lose a little. I make a lot, or I lose a little. This is the way you should trade, in my opinion, because I can't predict what's going to happen in the future, but I don't have to. I just have to make good trades. And I'll come back and we'll see what happens. Hey, lots of bots here. I've just exited my trade right now at, I think it was like 87 or whatever. I made over 40 pips on this trade. Absolutely freaking fantastic. It's a nice move, and the euro did exactly what I want. But if you see this red line right here at 849, I believe exact, you could see some weakness here. So if you see sell programs pop in here, this is where they're likely to sell it from. So I am out of the trade. The 5 minute, it's actually a little bit longer. The 5 minute says it's closer to around about another 5 minutes or so. So about, I guess, 8:55, you might see seller. But the 1 minute says get out here at 8:49. So they're running into a sell area right here on as far as time goes. It was a fantastic trade. You see where I entered it, and you can see where I exited it, 8:49. So, fantastic. Other than that, this is lots of bots. I'm out, and have a great day. That was a fantastic trade, by the way. Peace.